If you're working with time entries and currency in the same worksheet, the calculations might not be quite what you expect. Let's look at the information in column B. This represents times worked, 5 hours, 7 hours, and 15 minutes, and we have a rate that someone is presumably being paid for. We need a formula here. And you can see on the first example, 5 hours, $10 an hour. We know what the answer is. It's going to be $50, so it's just a simple multiplication. Take this times this, and sure enough, our answer is not even close. And it does point out the problem that we have sometimes in working with time data. Now remember, times are recorded as portions of days. One approach to these when you can't figure out what to do is to think, well, if it should have been 50 and it's 208, what's the multiplier? Well, probably not so obvious at first, but we do know about 24 hours a day. Let's try that. And of course, not just try it, it does make sense here. We need to take this calculation and multiply it by 24. And that's the correct answer, of course. And we'll copy these down the column. Sure enough, here and there, of course, you can see some of them immediately. 8 hours, $20 an hour, it's $160. So when performing these kind of calculations, at first maybe not so obvious, but you can quickly figure out what the total should be. In column F, we've got some downtimes, and these are minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 7 minutes, and there's a charge for the downtime, and here's the rate. And you can take a look at one or two of these here and there. For example, this one here, it's down 10 minutes, and it costs $7.50 a minute, so $75. But here, too, I think the first starting point might be you're going to multiply the two in no particular order, come up with an answer here. And of course, you often would have a rough idea. This is what, 25, 30 bucks? Well, certainly not 2 cents. So what do we need to do here? How many minutes in an hour? How many hours in a day? 24 and 60. Not so obvious. You could do the math and come up with 1440, or do it this way. This is probably slightly better documentation. There we go. That looks like a sensible answer. And let's take a look at some of the others. Double click. One or two of these you might be able to do in your head pretty quickly, but say this one here, the one we mentioned. Yeah, 10 minutes, it's $7.50 a minute. Yeah, $75. So in calculations like this, in many cases, use the number 24, sometimes the number 60. Time calculations can be tricky, but there certainly are some solutions here that let us work with this data pretty smoothly.